is having sex in the middle of the floor and everybody is watching them.
Vroom, vroom.
Wait, hold up.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday, I'ma spend my money. Pretty lady, you should be my honey.
What is guapa YouTube? It's your boy Josh Houston here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, you already know how we do. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Today just so happens to be a very special day. It is my birthday. Today is my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Today is my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. So today just happens to be my birthday. Today, August 15th, is the day that the Lord picked me out of all the baby angels and put me on this earth and blessed y'all with me. God really did his thing on August 15th. Like, there are so many bomb people other than myself that were born on this day. Like, you got Chief Keef, you got R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. We also got Miss Katniss Everdeen. You know, we got Miss Hunger Game herself, Jennifer Lawrence. You know, we got all these great Leos. You know, Leos, we the best. We the best. We the best. If you're a Leo, go ahead and put the Leo sign or put a lion up in that comment section if you are a Leo. Not only is it my birthday, but it is also the 1 year anniversary of this channel. I've been on YouTube for a whole year, y'all. A whole year. Y'all been rocking with me for a whole year. Y'all been putting up with my craziness for a whole year, and I cannot thank y'all enough. But this is just the beginning. We still got so much more ways to go, and I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, it's gonna get more crazier. But yeah, so today I'm going to be doing something very different from this channel. So today I'm going to be doing a story time. I'm gonna give y'all a story time today. So this is gonna be my first story time, and if it does well, who knows? We're probably gonna see more story times on this channel. You don't know. We'll see. Today I also have a very special guest for y'all today. So today I got Mr. Don right here. Go ahead and say hey to Mr. Don. Oh, backwards. Hey. So Don, you know, I was thinking, I was like, you know, let me just do a little tipsy or drunk story time or whatever. And before I went and actually did this video, I don't know why I didn't review this before I actually bought the drink, because you know I'm not a frequent drinker. I'm more like a social drinker, and social being as very seldom. I'm a very seldom drinker. I shouldn't even call it social. I'm gonna call it very seldom drinker. But yeah, so I went and bought the drink, and then I reviewed it, because you know YouTube has like these strict rules. So I went and reviewed the rules, and it says something where like if you consume alcohol on camera, you can possibly get like banned, your video banned or whatever. So I was like, oh great, fuck. I bought this bottle, and you know I pretty much screwed myself over, because now I got this bottle and I'm trying to do this story time, and I'm probably gonna get my video banned. But good thing I did go ahead and look at the rules before I did this video, because now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play smart Don with this video of me drinking this bottle of water. Delicious. So for today's video, anytime throughout my story time, if I say the word the, I'm going to take a shot of Don, and that's gonna be my punishment for saying the word the. So that's what's going to happen today. But if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, also hit that notification bell so you never miss a single thing. Also be sure to give this video a thumbs up, okay? Give this video a thumbs up. And without further ado, we're gonna get right into this story time. So there's been a drastic change of plans, you guys. So I will actually not be filming this video with Don Julio, because this is the second time I filmed this, and the first time, let's just say, was not pretty. Oh yeah. I just remember just like, still just taking it to the head. I was just, shot. I'm pretty sure I said the word. Did I say the word, though? I think I said the word. See, this ain't gonna work.
Some of you niggas look dusty.
So in my car, I believe it was me.
Everybody hit the floor. You got bottles, I got more. Let the bodies hit the floor. 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 Oh yeah. Stop now. Make it pop now.
So yeah, I'm sorry I let y'all down, but Mr. Don Julio will not, he will not be with us this time around. But that's okay because we're going to have ourselves a good time with or without Don Julio. So to begin the story time off, you guys, we are going to start on numero uno, night numero uno. So for night one, we being me, my cousins, and it was like four cousins, my sister, and 2 friends. Yep, that's it. So we get to the house, we get to my cousin's house, because that's where we were staying at. And then we all, we get to the house, we trying to like get our stuff situated, whatever. So night falls, because we get there in the evening, but night falls, and then like they start bringing out the bottles. This is where shit went down. This is where it went down. So mind y'all, I've never drunk any hard liquor. I have not drunk any hard liquor at this point in my life. So they brought out the bottles, and my smart, I'm not going to degrade my brain. But my smart brain, not my dumb brain, but my smart brain, decides.
You have not drunk liquor before. So how about we just go ahead and down ourselves a cup of this.
I don't know if it was Captain Morgan or Hennessy, it was something brown, I can tell you that much. So we being me and myself and I, decide to down this cup. I'm talking about a red Solo cup of this brown liquor that I've never drunk before in my life. So I downed that. And then one of the friends that was with us in the group, I'm gonna use people fake names for this story, so I won't put people's business out there like that. But she being Crunk Coco, that's what we gonna call her, Crunk Coco. Crunk Coco, she was like, hyping me up to do another cup. So like I'm getting hyped up. So I ain't finna back down. I'm finna down this second cup. So I downed the second cup, and then that's when I was on another level. Like, I was on another level. Like, when I tell y'all, for some reason, my inner self told me to, just like, let's go run around the house and do some cartwheels like we is in the Olympics. Like, I was running around that house like I was Usain Bolt. And then I decided, I need to kick it up another level and do some cartwheels and be Gabby Douglas. And then, not only that, I decided to go ahead and sing into the fan. There was a fan, like a little box fan. And I decided to go and sing into it like I'm Beyonce knows. Like, so after I decided to calm down just a little bit, because I'm not calming down this whole trip at all. Like, there is no, like, the most calm I could be was probably like when I'm asleep. That's the only time I was calm. So we finally get to calm down, and then we like getting ready to go out because we finna turn up. We finna turn up this whole weekend. So we get ready to go into the cars. There's 8 of us or 7 of us, how many of us there was. We take my car. I don't drive, obviously, because I'm under the influence. And then we take somebody else's car. So my car is like me, I want to say 3 other people, 3 of my cousins, and then somebody else. And so y'all, tell me why I decide to have a breakdown, because I'm like, me and Tasmanian Devil, he was another friend that tagged along with us for the trip. We ain't cool, but we was like, cool. So I was like, I don't know why I had a breakdown, but I was like telling somebody to like get out the front seat so Tasmanian Devil could sit in the front seat. I'm like, you need to get out the front seat so Tasmanian Devil could get in the front seat, because I want Tasmanian, like, y'all. And I'm like being mellow about it, like chill about it now, but then I was going overboard with it. Like I was banging on my car windows because he was in the other car, and I'm telling him to get over in my car. I'm like, you gonna ride with me? You gonna ride with us? Y'all, I'm in the back seat banging on my windows, telling him to get into the front passenger seat of my car. I'm like, think about it. I'm like, yo, you was wilding. So I finally get done because like he laughing about it. He get in the front passenger seat or whatever. I did not know I was banging so hard on them windows until like, sorry, everybody kept bringing it up. They was like, you was finna break your windows. I was like, it's them 2 cups. It's them 2 cups. Them 2 cups or whatever y'all gave me, that double juice, did that. So we is driving. We finally get everything situated. Everybody's in the cars or whatever. So we is driving to go to a hookah lounge. But on our way to the hookah lounge, we passed by a church. Now, me growing up in the church, I'm very religious. So we passed by a church. I look at the church. I'm like, first thing that popped into my head is I'm drunk and I'm passing by a church. God is going to send me to hell. So I break down crying again, y'all. I'm like, God hates me. I'm finna go to hell. He gonna da. And everybody in the car like, God don't hate you. God loves you. And then, you know, they like, Jesus loves me. No, they ain't really say that. But I'm just like hysterical at this point. Like, I'm just like, y'all, God really hate me. Like, I'm shit right now. I'm just shit. And so then like, they finally talked me out of it, like thinking that God hate me. Cause you know, why would God hate me? He sent me here for a reason. So we get to, cause we have to go get gas. So we get to a gas station. So my cousin, who crib we was staying at, and then ''𝖍𝖙'𝖊𝖕𝖕𝖎𝖓 go inside the gas station to pay for the gas. So while they inside the gas station, we all outside in the cars and whatnot. So this boy walked by with like these red shoes on. I don't know why I'm so burpy. But he walked by with these red shoes on. And so, like, I kid y'all not, I jump out the car. I don't jump literally, but I get out the car without any hesitation just to tell this boy that his red shoes look nice. Like, I literally get out the car and say, I like your red shoes. Like, I'm yelling too, like, the boy is deaf or something. Like, I'm standing like 2 feet apart from this boy, yelling, telling this man I like his shoes. I'm pretty sure he was freaked out because he didn't really make any eye contact or anything like that. Like, he was just like, thank you. And like, he jumped in his car like I was trying to steal his shoes. I mean, I probably was trying to steal his shoes in the mindset that I was in. But you know, you could have at least been more grateful because them shoes were really busted. Like, I was drunk, but I wasn't too drunk to know that them shoes was busted. I was trying to give you a confident booster. So finally, they get the gas paid for, but while they are actually trying to pay for the gas, I go up to the gas station window. I don't know what it was with me about banging on windows at night, but I was just banging on any window. So while they paying for the gas, y'all, I literally go up to the window and I start banging on that mug. I'm like, hey, I see y'all. Like, I'm banging on it. And I'm pretty sure the man, he was like, what the Frito-Lays is going on with this boy? I was just like, I did not care. I'm banging on windows that whole night. So they finally get the gas paid for, and then we make it to the hookah lounge. Y'all, we get to the hookah lounge. There is no entry fee. We is all getting in there for free. There is no payments. All we gotta do is pay for the hookah. So we end up paying for the hookah. We is chilling, we vibing, we doing what we doing. And so then a few hours pass by. You know, we there for like an hour, maybe 2 hours. And then here come a big old man with the word security on his shirt. It was the same man that was at the door that let us in for free. He comes up to us and he's like telling us we gotta pay because this, that, and the third. So everybody else is like conversing with the man. And so then me being gone out the brain like I was, I'm gonna tell the man, I'm like, everybody all having these big words with this man. And I'm like, we got here for free. You let us in here for free $3.99. Like, you just let us in this hookah lounge for free, and you gonna tell us that we gotta pay? So this man, he finally, I don't know what he told us, but we ended up leaving, and that was the end of night numero uno. So that brings us to night 2, night numero dos. So for this night, we are pre-gaming. We is taking the bottles to the head. Well, I'm taking the bottle to the head. Like, I am chugging that thing down. Like, I'm not doing it on the first night how I did 1 cup, 2 cup. No, this night I feel like I'm a pro. I've been doing this for 2 days now. So we are pre-gaming to go to the club. We get to the club, y'all, and keep in mind, like the first night how I never drunk hard liquor before. I have never been to the club before, so this is a whole new experience for me as well. And like drinking liquor for the first time, going to the club was a for me. It was a time for me. We get to the club, and what do you know? It's frat night. Frat is doing a stroll, y'all, and like, we've been pre-gaming so hard. I've been pre-gaming so hard. I'm gone. Like, I'm in a whole nother planet. I am gone. I'm not on Earth. So these boys, they doing their little stroll or whatever, and we is like, I can't tell you if it's just people walking around in the club or if it's people doing a stroll. So I could not tell the difference. So we is just walking in, interrupting their little stroll and stuff. Like, they getting all mad and stuff. Like, I felt like we was the Rugrats. Like, we did not care. We was just doing our own thing. We was going where we needed to go, which was nowhere. So we get, you know, in our little groups, because that's what we do. You know, when you with people, you just like to break off and go your own separate ways. So that's what we did. So me and Crunk Coco, the dynamic duo, the same girl who was hyping me up to drink 1 cup, 2 cup, we ended up breaking off and going to the middle of the club. The middle of the club, there was a pole in the middle of the club. So we go into the middle of the club, and she gets on the pole. Like she was hyping me up on night 1 to drink them 1 cup, 2 cups. I ended up hyping her up to get on this pole. Like, ain't nobody else around us hyping her to get on this pole. So I look like a fool. She look like a fool. We both look like some fools because she is on this pole, not doing much. She just going around in circles, not doing much. And I'm over here, go, Crunk, go, get it, go. Like, I'm hyping her up. So after we get tired of, you know, watching her go around the pole like 11 times and me just getting tired of just hyping her up for nothing, we ended up, you know, just, you know, she going dancing. We both started dancing. So I'm at the bar, y'all. Kid y'all not. I'm at the bar dancing like this, like banging my hands on the table. Like, there we go again. I wasn't banging on no windows, but I'm banging on this table. Like, I'm banging. I'm just like, you know, just feeling the beat. I'm just smacking that table. Here come 3 girls. They walk up to me. They like, can you buy us a drink? Like, all 3 of them. They didn't want 1 drink together. They wanted 3 drinks. So, you know, I'm like, I guess I'll buy y'all some drinks. So me being dumb, I'm finna buy them some drinks. And then here come my cousin Delaware. She comes in like Superman. Like, she really saved my life. Like, she was an angel in disguise that night. Because I was finna buy them hoes some drinks. And, you know, drinks is expensive. So Delaware comes. She like, we need to find everybody and round them up so we can leave because we gotta go. Because I don't know what happened. Something happened. And then we find my sister. She dancing with this man. And like, I'm just so drunk. I'm like telling Delaware, shouting loudly as I can, because you know the music's so loud. I'm like, tell my sister that she need to stop dancing with that man because he look ugly. So she finally tells her, and then like she just, you know, I don't know if she stops immediately or what, but I just know I was like, she need to stop dancing with that man because he look ugly. So finally end up getting everybody together because that's what we do. We is like the Avengers. We finally assemble and we end up leaving that function and we end up going outside and we like trying to pinpoint where we finna go next. My cousin who was from the area, which was in Orlando, he tells us that we finna go to the library. So I'm like thinking it's almost 1 a.m. I'm like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I'm like thinking in my head, oh my God. Like, that sounds so, like, I'm going in the head, remember that, y'all. And I'm not from this area, so I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, we finna go to a library at 2 a.m.? But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So I'm envisioning in my head, like, this big library, and like, I don't know, it was just like something that sparked my interest. So I'm like, you know what, I'm finna have the best night of my life. Like, we just got done going to the club. So I'm like, you know what? We gotta top this thing. So we finna go to the library at nighttime. Like, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So we end up getting in the car. We driving. So we end up at this little place. I kid y'all not. It looks like a bar that resembled Applebee's. A bar that resembled Applebee's. Now, Applebee's is a bar, I know, but take away the tables and there you go. That's what you got. And it was called the Night Library. So I'm like, what the Frito-Lays is going on here? Like, where is the library? So we end up going into the Night Library, the little bar place or whatever it is. The first thing I do, me and Delaware, we go to the bar and we asking for some pineapple juice with vodka because we trying to be sloshed. We trying to be bent over. We asking the man for some pineapple juice with vodka. He gives us some juice and we taste it. There is no vodka. So we going back off on this man because we like, where is the vodka? We don't taste no vodka. We just taste pineapple juice. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. You guys only asked for pineapple juice. I'm like, we asked for pineapple juice and vodka. You gave us pineapple juice. So he fixes another drink and it's just pineapple juice. I just taste straight up pineapple juice. But you know what? We just got 2 drinks and the second one was free. So you know what? I'm like, screw it, F it, I'm good. You gave me pineapple juice twice. So it's whatever. You probably don't know how to do your job. You just new to this. You ain't true to this. We ended up actually going, because the bar was outside-ish. I don't know how to describe it. If you ever been to the Night Library, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we make our way on the inside of the bar or whatever. And like, when I tell y'all this thing resembled Applebee's, like, imagine how small. I don't know how, if everybody's Applebee's is small, but like the ones I usually been into, they small. So we get into the inside, and when we are on the inside, me and Crunk Coco, we back at it again. We link up. And we end up making our way from the front of the club to the little back of the club. So we're making our way to the back, 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 to the back. And like, there's just a sea of people. So like, you know, we trying to fight the crowd and everything. And so when I tell y'all, there was like 5 of these girls, and Crunk Coco, she just pushing bulldozing her way through. And so she ended up, I guess, hitting or stepping on one of the girls, something she did. The girl was just like, yo, me. And I'm like, oh no, here we go. I'm drunk. There's 5 of these girls. Crunk Coco drunk. Crunk Coco thinks she can get in the business. Like, I don't know what was finna happen, but I'm just like thinking to myself, I'm like, what you finna do, Crunk Coco? Cause I can't do nothing. She just like, you know, Crunk Coco said she ain't in the wrong. And I'm just like apologize for Crunk Coco actions. You know, I'm trying to like cool things over. So the girls, they like brush it off. So we push past them and we end up going to the back of the club. Y'all, Crunk Coco bulldoze past all them people just to touch the wall. She touches the wall and then we come back towards the front of the club. I'm like, I'm not finna, you know, do no unnecessary, you know, moving, and it's hot. We in a cramped space and I'm sweating profusely. So we end up making back to our little squad. They all together. So, you know, they all just, you know, having fun, having a good time. So my cousin and Tasmanian Devil, they over there taking off their shirts and, you know, in the middle of the club, swinging their shirts around, yada yada yada. So all of a sudden we see it's like some lights, like a UFO just landed on us, you know, about to beam us up, Scotty. Some dude is like, hey, put your shirt on. I'm like, what the freak? The aliens is trying to tell us to put some shirts on. They yelled at them to put their shirts on. It's actually security telling them to put their shirts on. So they're like, all right, yeah, we're gonna put our shirts on. We'll put our shirts on. And so they started to, you know, like, act like they're putting their shirts on. So they go, psych, as soon as like the security, like, you know, pull off of them or whatever. And then, boom, the lights come back on us again. I'm like, what the freak? Hold up. What in the Frito-Lays is y'all doing? And so then security starts to escort them out. They don't escort me out personally, but you know, like, I'm like, that's my group. I'm with them. I obviously gotta leave with them. So I start making my way behind security. And you know, like, they all arguing with security. I'm like, this is just so sad. Like, my group is getting kicked out and I gotta, you know, I gotta do something to help them. Mind y'all, security is like 6 feet and something tall. I ain't nothing but no 5'7" and like 150 pounds. So I'm like, oh my goodness. is me thinking like I'm doing something. I'm trying to tell security, I'm grabbing security by his arm. I'm like, hey, Mr. Man, I'm like, you can't do that to my people. And so security looking like Thor gonna turn around and tell me I need to stop before he started escorting me out or something. I'm like, you basically escorting me out because I'm with them people and you escorting them out, which means you escorting me out. So I'm just like, I ain't telling him this. I'm just like, oh my God, like, don't come back, don't look back this way. And I'm just like, okay, I gotta do something else because I look like a horrible person if I don't stick up for my group. So, you know, I'm like, Delaware, I'm like, be careful. I'm like trying to tell her because she going off because that's her brother and the security is just like being unruly. So I'm just like, you know, Delaware, because she going off. I'm like, Delaware, be careful. You don't want to mess with him. He big. And so she like, shut up, don't tell me what to do. I'm like, oh my God. Like every time I tell somebody something, they all going off on me. So I'm like, you know what, F it. I'm going to just keep to myself. So, you know, I'm just keeping to myself, like in La La Land, and like everybody's together. We all fine. Like we just got in a little trouble. And so then out of nowhere in my brain, in the midst of all the chaos, I'm like, my sister, where the Frito-Lay she at? It dawned on us. She is still in the club. So they can't get back in the club because they got kicked out. And then it was me and 𝖍𝖆𝖙, my other cousin, the only ones that didn't get kicked out. Well, Crunk Coco, she ain't get kicked out, I don't think either, but you know. So I go back inside the club with 𝖍𝖆𝖙, find my sister, she was with some random girl, and like, y'all, like I felt like I lost, like, you know them people that have them signs up that say they lost their puppy and they'll give you $1,000 for the reward? That's how I felt when I found my sister with that girl. I was like, you are the best thing in life. Like you right here, you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. Like I really felt like she had found a valuable heirloom or like something. Like that girl, I don't know where she at right now, but I just know she did a real good job that night. She did a real good job at babysitting my sister at the club that night. So we end up leaving from the Knights Library, and it's like going on 2 to 3 a.m. I don't know. I just know the night was still young. So we is driving home. We on our way back to the crib, and then what do you see? What do we see? We end up seeing a house party. It's like cars all in the driveway. It's everything a drunk group of 20-year-olds would imagine. Like, it's just a whole bunch of partying. So we end up deciding to going up to these random people's driveway and attending this random house party that we were not invited. So we ended up getting inside, and me and Crunk Coco, the main duo that night, decide to break off and go and do our own little thing. And so we end up in the kitchen. Out of all places, we end up in the kitchen. Mind y'all, this is a booming house party. It's not like booming like Project X, but it was like a low budget Project X party. So, and it was predominantly white. So we in these people's house, and we is all up in their fridge, ransacking them, and we is taking all their popsicles. Like we was downing them popsicles down. Like they couldn't tell us nothing. So we in the fridge laughing with the freezer open, eating these popsicles, talking about they ain't gonna know what happened to their popsicles until they sober up in the morning time. So after we get done eating all their popsicles up, or most of their popsicles up, we end up going to this house wasn't big, but it had a lot of doors. So we ended up walking down this hallway, and like there was multiple doors, but we had our mind set on this one door that was just straight ahead. Like it was just calling our names. Like it was just telling us to come to it. So me and Crunk Coco, we obviously it was just like calling our names, so we had to go to that door. So me and Crunk Coco end up opening this door, y'all. We end up opening this door. The door that's been calling our name since we got into the house, other than the fridge door. But this door has been calling our name. And so we open the door, and there's like 10 to 12 people in this room. And so they all sitting on the floor. So I don't know how we did not witness this, but as soon as we sit on the floor with the other 10 to 12 people, we look in front of us to see what everybody else is looking at. And what do we see? 2 kids, not kids, but 2 early adults on the floor having sex, and everybody just watching them. They is having sex in the middle of the floor, and everybody is watching them. And so me and Crunk Coco is looking at each other, and we was like, do you see this? And we was like, So we ended up getting up off the floor and we trying to like, I don't know if the door was like locked or something. Like it was just something weird. Like we could not get the door open. I'm like, Coco, open the door. Like you need to hurry up. We need to get up out this room because this ain't it. This is not it. So we was like fumbling with the door and trying to get the door open. And so the one girl, she like, y'all need parental supervision to help you guys out with the door. Like mind y'all, this girl is like around the same age, maybe younger, I don't know. But she gonna tell us we need parental supervision to help us with the door. I'm like, maybe we do, but you know what you need? You need Jesus, because y'all is in here doing the nasty, watching them doing the nasty. I don't get it. Like, it's some freaky-ish. So we ended up making up out that room and like we just like we gotta get up out the house. Like we ended up going to the backyard where people was partying as well. So we get into the backyard, y'all. I'm just like, oh my God, like I'm just sitting on the porch, on the back porch, and I'm like, I gotta lay my head down. Y'all, I look up into the sky. And like their house was like, you know, there were trees above it and just like a normal house. And I'm looking up at the sky, looking at the trees. I see stuff moving in the trees. Like I literally see things moving in the trees. I just see some dark figures and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It is people in the trees. Like they got people in the mother effing trees at this party. And then like I look up at the roof, like I like can look behind me and there is people on the roof. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like why is y'all everywhere? Like where is y'all coming from? So we ended up staying at a party for like some time, y'all. Like we was in there for some time. So like the DJ, he was like playing some EDM, some, you know, I'm like, I need some hip hop something. So Drake was really big at that time. You know, One Dance was on the charts. And so I'm like, can you play some Drake? Like we trying to get him to play some nigga music. So we ended up like, can you play some Drake, please? He's like, I'm getting paid, so I can't do that. So I'm just like, you know what? That's fine. You know what? Your music trash anyway. So I'm thinking like in my head, like, you know, how can I get him to play some music that I want to play? And so then I see a tiki torch. My brain lit up. I'm like, you know what? He will feel sad if I lit this tiki torch and he will play this music. So I'm like thinking in my head, like, this is a great idea. Y'all, these people trying to stop me from licking the tiki torch. They foiled my plan. If I would have just lit that tiki torch, I could have listened to some Drake. But no, they foiled my plan. They was like, no, you can't do that because you're going to burn your tongue and then you're going to get hurt. And so then that would have been the end of it. So the party ended up like dying down or whatever. So then we ended up going home and that was the end of night 2. So that brings us to night 3. So for night 3, we end up, you know, we is not finna pay no money to get into some club. Like we is cheap at this point. We do not want to spend money. Cause I think that day we probably went out shopping or something. I don't know what we did. But we did something that we was just like, we is not gonna spend no more money this time. So we end up going to downtown to walk the strip, and we are just like, we drunk. We end up walking the strip, and me and Crunk Coco, we is back at it again. From night 1 to hyping me up with the cup, from my night 2 to hyping her up with the pole, and then going up into that room, we is back in action. Like we is in full effect. So we end up going away from them, and for some reason we just attract the craziest things. So this man, he ends up coming up to us and he's like, I'm the Prince of Africa. He's the whole prince of the continent, y'all. He's the whole Prince of Africa. So this man ended up coming up to us with his little bodyguard. This man, he's not as big as a bodyguard from the Nights Library or the Hookah Lounge, but he looked like he could have fooled somebody if they wasn't me and Crunk Coco, because me and Crunk Coco, we seen through that. We knew he wasn't the Prince of Africa. But he comes to us and he's like, he's the Prince of Africa, yada yada yada. So he's like walking with us, like we getting further away from our peoples. And he's like, I don't know what the hell that man was talking about, but he was talking about something about we need to go get some drinks from this bar and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm drunk, she drunk, both of us is drunk. This man, he probably was playing drunk so he could steal money from us, because he was like trying to pull us away from our people. So the further we get away, he just keep talking about Africa and the drinks, and then we just sitting over here like, yeah. And then like, we over here loud laughing and talking all types of loud, talking about we gonna get mugged if we keep walking with this man. Like, we just over here snickering and laughing about the situation. But little did we know, we probably could have been like, we could have been off or whatever, but somehow we made it back to our people. And then like, once we got with our group, they were still following us, the Prince of Africa and his little bodyguard, and they ended up getting, I want to say they got into an argument with Delaware or like debit card or somebody, but they just left us alone afterwards. Like, the strip ain't nothing much really crazy go down other than the fact that the Prince of Africa came up to us.
Don't do that, dude. No. He said, how good, okay? He a priest.
But walking the strip, yeah, nothing really much happened. So we went home that night. And then me and Delaware, we were like, oh my goodness, 7-Eleven got a promo going on. Mind y'all, it's like almost 3 a.m. in the morning. It's something in the morning. And so 7-Eleven usually has promos going on from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. or like 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. So we is nowhere in that time frame, but we just remember out of the blue. We remember out of the blue that they had this promo going on. So we are thinking like, we need to go to 7-Eleven and get this promo while it's still going on, even though it's not going on, but we still need to go when it's going on because we drunk or we is like tipsy or whatever, and we need to get us some Slurpees. So we get to 7-Eleven, y'all. So it's me, Delaware, Lester, and Tasmanian Devil. We get to 7-Eleven, and when we get to 7-Eleven, y'all, me and Delaware, we the only ones that get out the car because we the only ones that is craving this Slurpee. So like, we need this Slurpee in our life. So we get out, we get the Slurpees. We know we filling it up. We having little conversations about this, that, and the third. So while we is filling it up, we just like in the back of my head at least, I'm like, I don't think it's time. I don't think the promo is still going on, but like, I'm like filling up this cup and I don't got no money with me, and like, I need the Slurpee, and they got that promo going on, which is not going on. So I think the same thing she was thinking, like, she knew in the back of her head that this promo was over with. Like, we both knew, but it's too late now. Like, we already in it, so we in it to win it now. So we get done filling it up, and then we like, it's like, dude, like the music like felt like it was building up in our heads. Like, we just like looking at each other, and it just get quiet. Like, we just get quiet, and we start making our way out. So the man, he's just like eyeing us like the whole way out, like up to the register, like thinking we finna walk up to the register. So he like eyeing us like, is they finna do what I think they finna do? Like, I know they is not finna steal. I know they is not finna steal them Slurpees. Sure enough, that's what we did. We started making our way out that door. He's talking about some, like, we walking slow at this point. Like, we is not like thinking we in the wrong. And then he started darting him, like, he a big old chubby dude. So like, he started darting his way towards us, like, guys, wait, hold up, guys. And like, we is like, as soon as he hit that first guys, we ain't got time to talk. We got time to dash. So we end up booking it to the car. Before we can even get into the car good enough, we was like, drive. We telling them to drive, like, step on it. And then like, they see the man coming behind us, rushing to get the to get us back inside the store. And so like, next thing you know, we out that mug. Like, I could not stop laughing. Like, that mess was funny. Like, I kid y'all not, that thing was hilarious. So that was the end of my birthday weekend trip. There was a lot of other stuff that happened too, but I'm gonna keep that on the hush for now. You might get a part 2 to this one. But if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you will never miss another story time when I do post a story time, or you'll just never miss another video ever again. That will be the end of this video. I will catch you all on the next video. And thank you all for sticking with me for a whole year. Like, that's crazy. Bye.